Going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here, and as most of you guys may be aware, Red Panda Mining bought the majority of all my CPUs. He bought pretty much all of these right here, minus those two right there, those two right there, and the two epics hanging out right there. And of course, rig 5 that's hanging out in the back right about there. He's staying as well, but everything else he did purchase. I totally forgot that these two rigs here had pretty OP coolers, the NHD15, absolutely overkill coolers for any type of mining here for keeping these things cool. They're overkill for even gaming on these things. But yeah, I forgot those are there, so it looks like you got some nice big expensive coolers for free pretty much, so that is absolutely awesome. Over the next few days, what I do plan on doing is, obviously I got to get the GPUs off some of them that I was using for Warthog and stuff, but I'm going to be turning them all on, letting them run for about an hour just to make sure all the temperatures and stuff are good, as they have been sitting for like a month or so. So I don't know if the thermal paste started drying up and stuff, so I don't want that to happen, because that would suck to have pretty much everything start to dry up on him, and then as soon as he turns them on, they're all overheating. So I'm going to be checking that over the next couple days here, and if something needs to be repasted, then I'll do that. Everything should be fine, because I do use Nice Knock 2 thermal paste. That stuff is absolutely awesome. But if there is an issue there, obviously I will catch it before he ends up coming here. I have a couple weeks to a month until it does come. It does sound like Panda's going to come over, pick these up himself, so we're going to wrap these up for him. I am going to unhook them too once I do that. I'm going to blow them all out, get them all dust free, things like that, so they're ready to go for him, so that, less time for him to have to, hang out and stuff. But yeah, he's bought all these. He's going into CPU mining. Well, he might not actually be going into CPU mining. He's actually going to be using these for like AI and stuff like that. Probably a bunch of vast rigs, as he's getting really amazing internet, which I absolutely dream I could get. But my internet sucks, and I'm never going to get it where I'm currently live. So I'll just run through everything right quick. So obviously they're all 3900Xs. So there's this guy right here. This is, I believe, rig 1, rig 2. And then we got rig 3 there, and then rig 4, and then rig 5's in the middle. So those guys right here. And then down here, we got the epics and stuff. Obviously, that's not part of it. Down here, we have all these ones. So here's 2 more, 2 more, and then 2 more again. So that's 10 of them hanging out over there. And I do believe those 2 right there. This one here is a 5950X, so it'll be that one behind it right there. These 2 are 7900Xs, so none of those. We got 2 5900Xs here, so one of these 5900Xs will be going to him as well. And then we got 2 more 3900Xs, 2 more 3900Xs, 2 more 3900Xs, and up here 2 more 3900Xs. So all of those are heading over to Red Panda, plus the single 5900X, which is replacing rig 5 for him. So on this rig back here, this Wraith Prism cooler here, sometimes the fan doesn't want to work. I've noticing it kind of stalling out lately. It is really kind of stiff to turn, so the bearings is going on that. So I am going to be giving him this. That way he doesn't have to worry about nothing. I have used these on a lot. So this is brand new, sealed in the box. As you know, I have a box full of coolers here. They're all mostly used up at this point. But this one here is going to go to Panda as well. That way he has a backup cooler. So everything is good to go when, he doesn't have to worry about anything. It's all good on his end and no issues whatsoever. So if that fan ever does die or that cooler or whatever, he will have this backup right here. It's going to be a really sad day. Let me just turn the light up a little bit so we can see more of everything without dark spots. There we go. So it's good. I've had these things for a long time, like what, 4 or 5 years or something like that. A lot of these major rigs are a lot of my first ones, and it's going to be really weird when these things are blank. These racks are going to be absolutely gone. So obviously I'm going to have to do a lot of cleaning here. I might move my entire basement operation into my garage, and obviously I got to get that cleaned out and stuff as well, so I can do that and then rebuild. Now my plan long term is, well, I'm up in the air. Now I do want to, obviously I always talk about efficiency and moving things out, just like I used to do with GPUs from the RX 580s. I swapped all them out and sold them way back when, before Ethereum went explosion and super good, and got the 3000 series. I maintain the same amount of hash rate, but I gained a lot of efficiency. So this is kind of going the same route here. Is I'm moving out the 3000 series, and then I'm probably going to go up to the 7000 series. That way I'm actually going to lose some hash rate, but I am gaining a bunch of efficiency here. That way my power costs are a little bit lower and my hash rate remains pretty darn efficient. So that's my goal long term, but at the same time, we're coming up to the peak of the bull run sometime this year. And as I've been mentioning, this year might be a major GPU reset. So I might have to hold on for everything for a little bit, see how the next bear market, which will begin sometime towards the end of next year, and over the next 2-3 years before the 2029 bull run, I'm going to have to feel out the market to see which way hardware is moving, more to the CPU side again, or is it going to be getting back to GPU mining again? Because if this is a reset and a lot of people see that it absolutely sucked, we will then see people quit, which a lot of people are now, and then that might mean profits will come back, network hash rates dropping quite a bit, and GPU mining might slowly be coming back. And a lot of people already went through it and be like, I'm not starting this again. I don't want to spend all this money to buy all these rigs all over again. Screw GPU mining, not happening. And that's when GPU mining will get good and our profits will be back. But until that happens, we're going to have to feel out the entire next bear market to see what actually happens there. So that's about there. All these are going to Red Panda Mining. It's going to be insane to see a bunch of my rigs hanging out on his channel, but you know what? It's the way things go here. Here we do have the Epic. So what I am still going to have currently is the dual Epic 7742, the single Epic 7742, these two 7900Xs right here. So they are 7000 series. I do believe my 3950Xs have sold, as well as those two 5950Xs. Those are going to be gone elsewhere as well. But moving on over here, I also have all these 7950Xs mixed up with 7950X3D. So there's two rigs here. So these are doubled up, board on each side, CPU on each side. So this is two rigs here, two rigs back there. So that's 2, 4. Then we got 6, 8 rigs right here, plus the 7900X. That is 10. And then we got two more 7900X, maybe 7950Xs. I'm not really sure which is which, but all 16 core, 32 thread, 7000 series CPU. So I got 10 of those plus the two 7900Xs. I did order a 9950X3D, so that should be showing up hopefully by the end of this week. We'll see if all the parts get here in time, but I'm not 100% sure if they're going to make it or not, so maybe early next week. But that is on the way, so I'm actually pretty excited to test out that CPU. And one of these in here somewhere is also a 9950X I kind of forgot about. So that's probably where I am right now, currently on my CPU type of operation here. I always wanted to hit a massive goal, as you guys know, I've been following us. Some of you guys have passed me, but my goal is always for 1 mega hash. That's still my goal, and I plan on hitting 1 mega hash on RandomX, but I'm slowly moving into doing it a lot more efficiently. All right, guys, so that pretty much does wrap up this video. Let me know what you think about everything, what you guys think about Panda buying up all of these CPUs, and what the future holds for all of us crypto miners. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.